How do you align people and how do you create these KPIs to support brand value? Like, where do you start? How do you begin that process?
So, I mean, it's typically rooted in a lot of data, right? We want to definitely go ahead and do some research, both internally and externally, so that the organization has a great understanding of how do people feel about you, number one, right? Um, and we're also able to figure out with that, how should you position in the market? And the beauty of that is we're now removing all of the internal biases around who's the leader in this, who takes charge, who plays a supporting role, things like that. This is where egos and silos and fiefdoms and these they're almost like warlords, right? Some of these organizations
Hmm.
and divisions. And so once you understand how you can generate value in the market, right? A playbook is defined. You can actually start to show who owns that. For example, if it's around, great customer experience, um, oftentimes marketing can't own that.
Hmm.
That's a KPI that has got to be owned by customer care, right? And marketing and operations play very important supporting roles within that, right? So all of a sudden, there's to this one KPI, which might be around great customer care, great customer service. You have an owner of that KPI and you have supporting personnel to that, right? Key supporting players to that. In the same way, it's about, we are focused on your future, we're thought leaders, things like that. Marketing can own that
Hmm.
typically, but there has to be support and follow through from other departments like R&D, right, to show that, hey, we're not just saying we're futuristic, but look at what we're actually developing here, to support this KPI and to support our claim in the market. So if you start to kind of break it down in that way, you start to create this like spider web. And you know that if you compromise one or two areas in a spider web, it starts to fall apart.
Hmm.
That's how organizations are, but people don't realize that. So they inadvertently start to snip away and compromise the integrity of the company. So if we can show that, we start to create more powerful brands. Actually focus and shine a spotlight on the connections, where someone leads and where someone supports.